Hi, this is the latest update for the Global Ascension Center project. One of the first things that we are looking at is identifying possible land for us to start investigating and experimenting and developing the forms and ways in which we can connect with Gaia and Source and our own inner selves. Last Monday, this is a week ago now, I went out to look for some properties, and one of the properties that we found is one that I originally saw about a year ago, nearly to the day. And this particular property is quite small, it's less than 2 acres. The location is actually a prime location, so the acreage per dollar, or the dollars that we have to pay per acreage, is rather high. So we're going to continue looking, but we're going to visit this one again, probably in the future. I made a little video so you can have a look at it. And I also will map it so you can take a look. And if you can buy it and donate it to the Global Ascension Center, then go ahead. Then we can start right away on working on this thing. I find it really exciting because one of the things that happened was that as soon as I decided I wanted to see that property again, and I've tried to find it a couple of times after the first time that I spotted it, and I wasn't able to. Certain things happened. I was traveling with my son because he's 7 years old. He didn't have school that day, and his imaginary friends were in the car with us. And I decided to call up my imaginary friends too and send them to the land to let us know when we got there. So he sent one of his imaginary friends up, so that imaginary friend would come back, tell him that we had reached the piece of land that I was looking for, and then he would tell me, yeah? So anyway, we were driving along this road, and I was starting to think we're not going to find it, because we were driving, and conversations went back and forth, different topics, and all of a sudden he stops and he tells me, there it is. I put the brakes on and look beside me, and there's the land that I wanted to visit again. I'm not sure if it is the land that we want to start doing this experiment in consciousness on, but it definitely was the land that I was looking for last Monday. So, when you get that type of feedback and support from the environment, it's a really good sign. As I was standing outside the land before we left, I asked it, I said, well, what would be the first things that we need to do here? And she said, well, she didn't really like the barbed wire fencing at the front. There's a frontage, I don't know how many yards it is, but she didn't like it. And when I looked at the energy, I think it's partly because it's metal, but also mostly because barbed wire, and it's rusty as well, it's very harmful. It hurts people, it hurts animals, and it's very violent. It's a very violent type of energy. We will need some sort of barrier there because there's a lot of traffic on that road. It goes to a lake, and people are always looking for somewhere to park or camp. And, it's like we don't want the land trashed or violated, or people just going there and not knowing what they're doing. We want to keep the energies intact and really, really good. So anyway, I'm going to post it now, with the map and everything, so you can take a look and see what you think. And I'm really excited. If you want to send comments, I've added a comment section on the actual website, not on the YouTube channel. So you have to go to the globalascensioncenter.org and then /video line -witness, and that's where we're going to be putting all our videos up. So that's got a a comment section, and that's where we can discuss it. Yeah, we can go there and have a look and discuss what we think about it. If you do put a comment there, you have to wait for it to be approved. We've decided to do it this way so that the discussion stays really high vibrational and we don't get any spammers or, weird stuff going in there. So it's going to be really, really dedicated to, at the moment, just identifying the land. And it'll be interesting to see how it comes about that we acquire the land, right? That would be very interesting, and I can't wait for us to start to get it and start working on it. So going back to the fencing, I was looking at the fencing and I thought, well, a couple of things that we're going to have to do is pull that down, the barbed wire, if we did get this piece of land. And I think probably most land at the moment does have barbed wire around it. And also then I would be very interesting to see the individuals who come up, volunteer to spend the day cleaning it up and then building the new fencing, which could be bushes that deer don't eat. There's a lot of deer in the area. Or it could be like stone and mud, like the old ancient walls that they build in Ireland and England in the countryside, which are very friendly because deer then can jump over them. And also they're conducive to animals burrowing and making their homes in the actual stone and mud walls. So yeah, I'm very excited and I can't wait to see what you think about it as well. Let's just take a look around.
Mommy, I think if you buy this land, you should put snake traps.
We don't want to trap them. When you trap them and release them somewhere else, that might be a good idea.
Yeah, trap them and release them somewhere else. Hey, that thing nearly fooled me. I thought that was going to be a snake. It was really just an old tree branch. Silly, huh?
Yeah. I hear something.
I do too.
Do you think it was a deer?
It might have.
See if we can spot it.
Man.
Wow, this fell down, didn't it?
What?
This right here.
What fell down?
The edge of the road.
Wait.
So when you go to the internet, use a map. I'm going to use Google Maps, so I'm going to go there next. And then write in Steel Canyon Road and several come up. Choose the Napa one. On mine it comes up right here. After that you'll see that the map comes up and you can see Lake Berryessa, that blue area above it is Lake Berryessa. For me it landed very close to the land. It's like really close to where the actual property is. But if it doesn't land in the same location for you, just before the water starts, do you see how the road splits into two there? So it's just a little bit before the split of those two roads, okay? So after that you can zoom all the way and see if the little mine appears. For me it hasn't, so I'm going to drag him in so you can have a look at what the land looks like. So just drag it in into the road, and here we are. So this is the road where it is. Can't see it right now. Oh yeah, I can see it in the distance. So we're just going to move forward a little bit. There we go. Do you see the for sale sign there? And the entrance is to our left. Right there. Let's see if I can get closer. You might have to move around the picture. Let me just go back a little bit. That's the entrance. Yeah, that's the one we saw in the little video before, as you can see. It's a lot greener now because we're in springtime, so. But this is probably how it's going to look most of the year. There's a little road or entryway there, like a path. And there you can see the barbed wire. Barbed wire there too. Let's see if we can get closer to the edge. No. There's also that light pole there that makes a tiny bit of, well, actually makes a bit of noise. We'll have to address that if we do get this piece of land. That's the way in. That's what we have up to now. Tomorrow I'm going to be traveling to another piece of land. It's rather larger and it's also more expensive, but it's just to compare to see, and I know that once we find the one that we want, we're just going to be able to get it. Everything's going to work out great.